Can changing the way you speak change your life? George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. Pygmalion later became the inspiration for the musical My Fair Lady. It is a sharp and witty play about language, class, education, and a woman's fight for independence. A Flower Girl in Rainy London. London, 1912. On a rainy night near Covent Garden, Eliza Doolittle sells flowers on the street. People look down on her because of her rough Cockney accent. Then Henry Higgins, a professor of phonetics, hears her speak. Just from her voice, he can tell where she comes from and what class she belongs to. Higgins makes a bold claim: give him 6 months, and he can turn this poor flower girl into someone who sounds like a duchess. Eliza wants to learn proper speech so she can have a better life, but to Higgins, she is not fully a person. She is more like an interesting experiment. Eliza begins a painful training process. She must change her pronunciation, her accent, her clothes, and even her manners. Here, Shaw asks a sharp question. Is a person's value really decided by the way they speak or the way they look? In this world, language is not just sound. It is a social passport. At last, Eliza appears at an embassy reception. Her speech is perfect. Her manners are graceful. Everyone treats her like a real lady. Higgins' experiment seems to be a success. But is Eliza becoming herself? Or is she only wearing the perfect mask of high society? I am not your creation. After the party, Higgins celebrates his own success, but he does not see Eliza's effort, her pain, or her feelings. Eliza is furious. She tells him she is not a tool for his experiment. She is a human being with dignity. In that moment, she stops being Higgins' creation and stands up as the owner of her own life. The myth turned upside down. In the old myth of Pygmalion, a man creates a beautiful woman, and she becomes his wife. But Shaw turns that story upside down. Eliza does not belong to Higgins. She thinks for herself. She chooses for herself. The real change is not her accent, it is the birth of her self-respect. Can words change a person? Pygmalion is not just a story about moving up in society. It is a social comedy about language, class, education, and women's independence. Even today, do we still judge people by their accent, their background, or the way they speak?